In the genre of family board games, Faxon 5 actually has a pretty significant historical spot. We're going to show you what's inside this box from this game from 1971 here on Legendary Tactics. All right, so
1971.
Yes.
1971, before we were born.
Yes. So we're at this point, we're 2026. So
Yeah.
we're looking at 55 years now.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So this game, Faxon 5, was actually a 3M game. Avalon Hill was one of the games that came over from 3M when they bought
over to Avalon
their
Hill.
game line. And Faxon 5 was actually one of their best sellers, I think, of all time. It was
really?
Maybe their number 2 or 3 bestseller of all time. And it's obviously got a kind of an eclectic kind of cover here.
Yes.
But very much a classic 3M.
Oh, the bookshelf?
Yeah, the bookshelf. But check this out. Unopened.
Unopened! Oh, man!
This game has never been played.
55 years.
55 years. And we're going to be like, at some point,
I feel
we'll be
bad
the first.
opening it up, actually. I don't even really want to break the seal, NATO.
I know, but a game, you'd think if you were a game, you'd want to be played. Like
that's what you're here for.
It's what your purpose of being.
I mean, look
here
at this
is.
pad. Like, look,
The pad.
the thickness of this pad. So this is our scoring sheets, I guess.
Yeah, so those are the scoring sheets, and so the game basically.
Unbelievable.
You get these tiles. You draw 5 of them.
Okay.
I assume this is the draw cup.
Yeah,
you take 5 of them out, and then you're given a category. I can only look at the one card here.
We don't want to open it yet.
Yeah, class musicians. So it gives you a class and then category, and then you can choose depending on how complicated you want it to be. They have just simply on male. So male musicians, female musicians, or for example, living musicians.
Right.
So the idea is, so if you drew J, O, V, C, and G, you have to think of names of, say, female musicians that start with those names. And so you have to guess all 5, right?
Okay.
But they can get kind of tricky. Violinists.
A violinist?
Can you name 5 violinists?
That's right, okay.
Can you name a classical pianist?
Oh.
Or a living foreigner.
It can get a little trickier, right?
Yeah.
It can get a little more ramped up in difficulty.
So they've got, but the idea is you pick a class and a category, and then you
go through. And there it is, class, category. So label those across, and then.
And so they had different iterations of this, of the cards and so forth. Now I think the game can still be found. I think I saw something about an edition coming out in 2007.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it was called Faxon 5, but the same idea.
Well, this is a lot like a game called Scattergories.
Yes.
If you ever played Scattergories,
you roll that
big
giant die.
You had the big letter die, and then it had the categories that you went through.
Yes.
So very similar.
It's almost like the inverse of that, because here you're drawing 5 letters, and you have to, with one category.
There was many categories.
Yes,
with one letter.
So it's kind of the inverse of that. But
a similar idea.
Yeah, but a huge kind of parlor game, family party game type thing.
I can see why this was a hit, though.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. People could eat. It would be very accessible.
Yes, it would have been.
Right?
Yeah,
not hard to play.
And then you score based on I don't know. I haven't read the rules yet, but the rules are not long. Just one trifold brochure.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
And you score based on that, and you have a timer. It's 5 minutes, right? So that's why
they didn't even have the bases at that point. Remember the little bases that they added on years later?
You balance it very precariously.
Yeah, that's right.
But I don't even know if the sand has been.
It doesn't even. I had to shake it down to get all the grains didn't want to all fall down.
Well, it's supposed to last 5 minutes.
Well,
right? That's the idea. You got 5 minutes.
5 minutes and 5 seconds to shake it all down at the end.
But you could give me 5 hours. I still wouldn't know 5 violinists.
That's right.
But anyway, a classic party game. It wasn't honestly on my radar. This came as kind of a bulk purchase.
A bundle? Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, this is a classic game of an era when there were much fewer games like this out there.
Right.
And I'm just really excited to give this one a go as the OG, the original version of this style of game.
This is very, very neat.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks so much for, it was about a 5-minute video talking about Faxon 5.
Faxon 5. That's right.
So thank you so much for watching. So if you have any memories of this game or any variants or any comments on this, I'd love to hear about people's experiences with this classic game, Facts in 5. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, get out there.
Get gaming
And be legendary.